y'all. Hey, and welcome to Tootie Talksins. And I am Tootie, and I am so happy that it is Friday. Okay, this week has been trying. I've been having to get up at 4:30, no, 3:30 in the morning to get to work by 4:30 because the daycare's on vacation. So I had to get up and get there. It been nice getting off around 1:32, but that 3:30, baby. That 3:30, I don't know how you third shift people do it. Like for y'all who do it, God bless you. Cause it ain't for me, okay? It ain't for the week. Y'all, Carlee Lee. In this video, I'm gonna just talk about two things because I need to get back to my Tito's. Because I be having, if y'all notice now, I'm gonna drink I drink Tito's here and there, right? And I was gonna say like Tito's Thursday, Tito's Tuesday, but that's only 2 days out the week. So I just put whatever Madness Monday, Tito's, like just put a word in front of it to justify your drinking. So let's go on to talk about what we're gonna talk about today is Carlee Russell then got charged and Tasha K versus everybody in these YouTube streets and this YouTube beef that I don't know nothing about and I don't want no beef with nobody, right? Now, we're not going to actually talk about the subject because I did a poll because I seen everybody talking about it. And I'm like, what else could be said about the Tasha K, about the transgender females against the natural biological woman? Because I don't subscribe to cis female, cis woman, cisgender. I don't subscribe to any of that. So I'm like, but what else could be said about it? So I did a poll to say, do y'all even care? Do y'all want to talk about it? And like 69, 70% of people were like, no. So I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happened afterwards once they did get into it and how low is low. How low can you go? Can you get down low all the way to the floor when you go on an argument? Because, some people like Michelle, when they go low, we go high. And some people like when they go low, we go to hill. So those are the two we're going to talk about. So I'm going to put on this press conference that they just did for Carlee. I think they did it maybe 2 hours ago for Carlee and said that, they was charging her with two. I don't know. Nobody should need an update on this Carlee story, but she was the one who said she saw a little white baby in a white diaper and a white T-shirt going down the expressway and she pulled over to chase the baby 6 football fields, and then she ended up missing for 2 days. Came back, it said she was somebody hit her over head, put her in a truck, and they was feeding her Cheez-Its, but she was they looked at her internet searches and she had like looked up taken before, and so everybody was thinking it was a hoax. They came out and said it was a hoax. Then they was waiting on Carlee and her lawyers to come talk. Her lawyers did an update and was like they pretty sure they're gonna charge Carlee. And then now today is the update where they finally then charge Carlee with this 2 misdemeanor charges for the false information.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaliba with the Hoover Police Department, and we're here today to provide you with the latest update in the Carlee Russell investigation. Joining me at the podium today will be Police Chief Nick Durzis, followed by Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall. Chief Durzis will make a prepared statement. After Chief Durzis' statement is over with, Attorney General Marshall will also offer a few comments. Once that is completed, both gentlemen will return to the podium and you guys will have an opportunity to ask questions. With that, I will turn it over to Chief Durzis.
Thank you, Captain. Good afternoon.
Like that suit.
Earlier today, Hoover Police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction. Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime.
See, and what's crazy, I said, all you Karens out there, y'all better be careful. Because Carlee done made it hard for y'all. You think all them other Karens in the past, because people have been asking for Karen laws. I think I even heard Funky Dineva suggest, or it was Al from TGI Friday. I remember, and I didn't heard a couple of people suggest that there be a Karen law for these people, these Karens who call the police and do either the fake crying or do someone's trying to attack me, and this video of them not doing it, that there's a lot of them that was not charged. You here and there, some was charged, but there's a lot that wasn't charged. And people were saying that, you know, there need to be stricter laws for that. And I said, you heard what he just said. He about to get with that state legislator and things like this, these false reporting. So I'm like, he said with kidnapping, but because it's really to deter other people from doing this. But also it should include these false police reports for these Karens out here. But let him continue.
Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
Thank you, Chief. Let me begin by commending Hoover Police Department Chief Burgess for his leadership in this investigation. Obviously, this captured many's attention as a result of not only the allegations themselves, but also the concern about a possible victim and being able to return her home. The work that was done by the Hoover Police Department was monumental in its lift, and the results of that work you are seeing come to fruition today with the charges that have been levied. I also want to commend the many other men and women of both state and federal law enforcement for their work collaboratively with the Hoover Police Department in assisting in this investigation. Chief, appreciate the opportunity to be able to partner with you in this prosecution. We will dedicate a team to be able to help the city of Hoover in handling these 2 individual charges.
Now, y'all also don't forget, go ahead, like the video, share the video. Also put in the comments if y'all think she should be, if y'all agree with her being charged. And do you think the charges should be more severe? Also, do you think she should get jail time or just like a community service type of thing?
And look forward to bringing this case to fruition. One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. There are significant hours spent, resources expended as a result of this investigation, And not only that, but the many men and women who are civilians that wore those yellow vests on a hot afternoon and evening looking for someone they thought was abducted, trying to be of assistance.
So what he's saying is that you didn't waste everybody goddamn time. It was hot as hell out there in Alabama, and we all in the forest and shit looking for you. And you probably somewhere in the hotel up in air conditioning. That's what that translates to. I like to do a Ebonics translation. Well, ain't even Ebonics, a 2D translation of what the proper people, what they saying in their proper English. But I like to translate it to what I hear, and that's what I hear.
We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward.
So he said, so we're going to lock your ass up for playing these games.
We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
He said, it ain't over with. You think shit's sweet. It ain't. We still investigating this case, and we're going to lock you up. We probably lock up your mom and your daddy if they had anything to do with your friends and cousins and stuff. Like, it ain't over. This just the beginning, because if we find more charges we can charge you with, we ills.
Thank you.
All right, this time, we'll open the floor to questions. If you'll please raise your hand and identify yourself and your affiliation when I call on you.
Yeah, David Lamb, CBS 42. This question for Mr. Attorney General. What is it about this case that made it rise to the level to where it was a case that you wanted to take on?
We handle cases across the state. We have jurisdiction throughout for both misdemeanors and felonies. And when Chief Sturgis asked for our assistance, we were more than happy to be able to assist.
Is it common for you all to be involved in misdemeanors like a case like this?
It's not uncommon.
Right here.
Keith Lynn.
What that is that they like, wait, you such a high rank in the in the attorney office and stuff. Why you taking on a case that's just 2 misdemeanors? And he like, oh, it got so much news press and stuff. We had to step in to press charge. First off, that police department didn't feel like they wanted to press charges. They like, that's up to the state's attorney office. I ain't got nothing to do with it, because it could be looked at lose for them, because it's a Black woman who it's Alabama, y'all. So across the U.S., it's hard. Black women don't get the amount of attention when they go missing, but they did do it for this Black woman, and this Black woman was lying. And so it's like, okay, but then we're going to press charges because, we know that the white women didn't lie to the police, and they typically here and there, yes, people were like, but that other lady just got charged. That's one of how many. You see videos every day of Karens, and a lot of them I call them police because they ain't got a permit. Or the one who was the bird watching one, she got charged when he's attacking me, and no, she ain't getting attacked. I feel so threatened. It's a Black man. Like, you see that the Emmett Till woman ain't never went to jail. She died peacefully in her house and stuff. So they know that there's a history in the U.S. There's a history of race relations and how Black people are treated in the justice system and how white people are treated in the justice system. So I know that state's attorney probably want nothing to do with it. It's Alabama. So the other one stepped in and higher up, like, we get it. Don't worry about it.
It's WAGG 610, 100.1 FM, Summit Media. Chief, this question is for you.
Yes.
What time was Carlee arrested today with her attorney, and has she made bail?
She has. She was processed in our facility within the past hour.
Do you expect any charges to be forthcoming with her?
So what they pretty much saying, he said she was processed within the past hour and she already made bail. So it's like she ain't even spent an hour in jail. She got in, she got processed in, and she immediately bailed out. It's misdemeanors.
Her parents, or is this just all on Carlee at this point?
At this point, and again, I think anything is, all as the Attorney General said, their team will also be searching through our files, and we'll find out what they say.
Carol.
Now you got to realize that have changed, because this is the police chief, I believe, of her county or wherever she at in Alabama. Now he have did the news conferences since this have happened, and all this time he have believed the parents, and he was saying as of now the parents are not being charged. That he did in one not, I want to say the last new press conference, he came out and was like, well, I believe that the parents are just like any other parents. They're believing their daughter. And when he said that, that led me to believe he didn't think the parents had anything to do with it. But this statement right here, I'm like, well, we'll see what comes out and whether or not the parents have something to do with it, because it seems like it may be shifting.
Carol Robinson with AL.com. Have you, since we spoke last in the press conference, been able to retrace where she was during the 49 hours she was missing, and have you determined if she was with anyone else during that time?
We have not found anything out on either one of your two questions.
Right here.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News. Has there been any decision about a possible civil suit against Carlee and or her family? Also, what impact would this have on Hoover Police Department filing a suit have on the criminal case as well?
Yeah, we have not discussed that. Of course, we talked about the hours of overtime and all the significant resources that we used. And we'll certainly be talking to the Attorney General's office about possibly getting some of those funds returned to us.
Please.
Lisa Crane, WBTN 13. In an earlier press conference, you outlined some items she had taken from her employer. Any potential theft charges for that?
Those would have taken place in another jurisdiction, so we would not have charges ourselves.
He said, my name Bennett. Again, I'm not in it. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That was another county. And I ain't, I'm not investigating that anything. That's up to that other county. Ask them.
Tasha Robinson, WBRC. Chief, do you mind repeating those charges and fines one more time for us?
Sure. False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor with $1,000 bond. Falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond.
Chief, I know you mentioned this the last time we were together. Just wondering if you have any update on an idea of the cost that the Hoover Police Department expended in those 48, 49 hours Carlee Russell was missing. And one final question, do you at this point have any more information if Carlee Russell acted alone or anyone helped her?
Yeah, we have not finished, obviously, the 49 hours. We've been certainly busy since her return, so I still don't have a total on that. And we don't have any idea where Carlee Russell was for 49 hours.
Right here.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610. Chief, let me ask you this. Going forward, there's been a lot of concern in the community as per young Black and brown females being reported missing. Would Hoover and other agencies have the same fervor going forward as they did with the case with Carlee Russell?
Absolutely. This, as I said initially, our focus was bringing Carlee home when she got home. And then our focus has been to find out if there was a kidnapping. We find out there's not. We work every case like all of the law enforcement does. So I don't have any concern anywhere that would be an issue.
And can I echo what Chief said? I've been in law enforcement for 27 years.
Yes, sir.
No law enforcement throughout this state. I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
Wait a minute now. He said what he say, y'all? Because that was a whole lot. Okay, wait, go ahead. I have to hear
Throughout
it.
this state, I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect.
In Alabama, what he say, for how many years? And you never seen. It ain't about him. It's about Carlee lying ass. I guess it's just rubbing off, y'all, on everybody, because that's a whole lot.
Regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
Right here.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340. What was her emotional state when she arrived to the jail today? And is she seeking
You
any
better
help?
tell that to civil rights activists and things that went missing, but that was during his time. That was before his time. That went missing and been unalived out there at Alabama and all throughout the South during the 60s because of the color of their skin. Their case was not investigated and charges was not filed. But hey, like he said, that was before. He said during his time in 28 years, which is okay.
this point in
I
time.
got the focus
I was
shot.
not there, so I really can't tell you exactly, and I really don't know anything else.
All right, last question.
Ashley Robinson, WBRC Chief. What are next steps after this? What is going to happen next?
Well, right now, the Attorney General's office attorneys will start dealing with our detectives and going through case files and preparing prosecution, I presume.
All right, thank you guys very much.
Will y'all be releasing a mugshot?
Yes, we will momentarily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He answered that, yes, we will be. We're gonna put her mug shots and everything on the news. She gonna get that attention she wanted because we're gonna release these mug shots. Yeah, so what y'all feel about that? Can y'all think that Carlee should have been charged? Oh wait, I think there's something playing right here. I don't know why. So y'all think Carlee should have been charged? Oh, you know what, y'all? I completely forgot because I know I'm not gonna be on here long, but just in case, if anybody wanted to join, there's the link. So that's the latest with Carlee, that she's been charged with 2 misdemeanors for pretty much, it's not filing a false police report. It's telling false information or false investigation. I forget. Y'all could go back and watch it. Anyways, 2 misdemeanors. And it's the bond was $1,000 on each. And I think the max would be 1 year in jail. And as far as I know, because if she would have had a record, I'm quite sure it would have came out by now. As far as I know, she don't have a previous record with her first offense. I don't think there will be any jail time if you're treating her like anybody else. If you're not just gonna like make an example because this case was so publicized. Most people file a false police report, false reporting to law enforcement is what it says. I wrote it in a comment. So false reporting to law enforcement, there's no previous record. The max time is a year. I don't think most people, besides in this situation where it was so publicized, then most people will probably get off with some probation, community service type thing. They may not give her that because the case was publicized and it's already, I want to say yesterday, I don't know what state it was in, but I know it was 11 or 12-year-old had called the police and said her friend was kidnapped and it was fake. It was fake. And so, of course, they locked their ass right on up, quick, fast, and a hurry. Okay. Now, I just seen people talking about it, and what I wanted to say, what I have noticed, right? Because I've been watching different YouTubes, and I'm not gonna say exactly what YouTuber I've seen do this, but what I have noticed is like YouTubers has a history of, besides this Tasha K stuff going on. Now this one's gonna lead into that, but I noticed that YouTubers have a history, or commentators have a history of when people come up on the panel, that there's once one person say something they don't like, it's like an immediate like reaction and a negative reaction. And I was like, well, you know what? I don't have the followers yet, so maybe I'll be like that in the future. Y'all never say never. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna never be over here. What you say, that don't make no sense. I'll be in my comments, so go ahead and comment because I'm gonna comment back, okay? Because I like to talk. I like to talk and I like to debate. But what I have noticed is that a lot of people like get upset right away. And I said, you know what? That's kind of understandable, because now that I'm doing it, you probably spend so much time, especially in the beginning, like now, where you don't have many people who's on your live. So all you have is like your opinion. So then when you do have people watching and then they respond back with their opinion, it's probably a shock. And I see people, there's a lot of like YouTube drama and YouTube within YouTubers that get into it. And then the people who watch this YouTuber go on the other person YouTube channel, and it's a whole bunch of back and forth, and they can be getting trolled and things like that. And they probably think that that person is not genuine and just talking to say something bad or negative about them. But I would try my best, y'all, to not get involved in all that and to hear out y'all opinion, even when it's something that does not agree with me, would agree with what I'm saying. Because I like to find a medium where we can, I'm fine with agreeing to disagree. Sometimes things do itch my ass as far as like these there's some blacks who be like, Oh, when racism doesn't exist, and they do a whole pick me ass type of thing. There's some females who do the pick me type of shit, and that is annoying. I mean, I'm learning to try to control my face. I mean, the fuck, that's dumb as hell. But I'm trying to do better. Okay, all I can do is try. All I could do is try. Now. So I know everybody didn't heard. Let's move on to the next one. I know everybody didn't heard about this Tasha K. Well, actually, it started. Everybody been talking about Jess Hilarious then got lost in the sauce, baby, because everybody been talking about it being Tasha K. It actually started with Jess Hilarious. So this transgender TikToker had went on and said that biological women don't own periods in womanhood, and so Jess Hilarious responds back. And I agree with everything that Jess Hilarious said, except for when she made it was like an innuendo that she made about you being delusional. And the only thing I disagree with that for, because knowing the history of the the LGBTQ. Now, if y'all mess up them letters, let me know. I'm not in the lifestyle. I don't know. I try to get it right. I don't always get it right. But knowing the history of that, there's a documentary right now that's on, forget what app, but it's the queer serial killer Night Stalker. And it's about New York, where there's a serial killer in New York that was in the gay clubs and The Last Call. That's what it's called, The Last Call, because they was calling him the Last Call serial killer. But knowing the history of the LGBTQ community, that initially being gay was a mental illness. And so when she said that, I think that's what got up under a lot of people who's in that lifestyle or in that community, not lifestyle, in that community. So I believe that's what did it for a lot of people, because other than that, to me, she didn't say much wrong. I don't remember everything that she said, but to me, what I agree with is that we are women who biological born women, whether you're a trans man now or not, you're a biological born women. There's a few occasions where some of them don't bleed, but most of the biological born women bleed. So yes, we are the gatekeepers to it. But she said that she said that to the transgender girl. What's her name? TS Madison ended up responding to, she had actually just responded saying, you mad because a lot of people mistake you for a transgender woman. And then somebody was like, well, she talking about Jess Hilarious. And then she put Jess Hilarious' name to confirm she's talking about Jess Hilarious. Then Jess Hilarious went back and forth. Then Tasha K. Now, man, Jess Hilarious and Tasha K. been beefing back and forth for a couple of weeks anyway. But Tasha K went on there, was like, I stand with my natural women. Man, Jess Hilarious got the same problem. People be talking about we both look like transgenders or look like men, and she right, and he's transgender women, and she went on her whole rant. Man, TS Madison and Tasha K used to be cool. When that lawsuit happened, first show that Tasha K went on was TS Madison. TS Madison had a talk show. Tasha K went on her talk show because TS Madison was on Tasha K. I want to say it was called Wine Cellar or something like that, but it was where she used to interview people downstairs in her wine cellar. But TS Madison had went on there first. I want to say Tasha K. I want to say Storm Monroe. That's when Tasha K and Storm Monroe was good. TS Madison went there. She interviewed TS Madison. The lawsuit happened. After the lawsuit, she was found guilty. Well, was found liable because it was a civil lawsuit. She went to TS Madison's show. Now, what had happened was, okay, when she went to TS Madison's show, TS Madison got this other co-host. And so she ended up talking some crap before Tasha came out, but Tasha didn't see it. Tasha said it was like a pre-recorded thing that they put in once they edited the video. So she didn't know that. So she was like, so TS Madison pretty much was the girl, not TS Madison, but it was another transgender lady who was talking about, Tasha K, these bloggers being liars and saying anything, court cases, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows she was talking about Tasha K. So she was mad at TS Madison from there. They supposed to have talked, worked it out, right? So once Jess Hilarious got into it with TS Madison, Tasha K went on and said what she had to say about the situation. Tasha K, loud, extra, blah, blah, blah. She said TS Madison called her, but she didn't end up answering. Anyway, so she went on, and then they started going back and forth on Twitter, Instagram, something. Tasha K ended up talking about T.S. Madison mama, talking about calling the lady big and you diabetes. I need another sip of Tito's. My speech messing up. There you go. Diabetes, body shape, and you're shaped just like your mama. So how your mama gonna be mad at you or jealous of you? Because I guess it was a thing that the transgender or some transgender was saying that they're women are mad because we're not them or they look better. I don't know, some crap like that was going on. But Tasha K went on there and talked about that lady mama. Now went on there and talked about that lady mama. Then she gonna go on her show, go live, and gonna say, "I'm sorry that she caught them straight bullets. That is not what I meant. I was overreacting. I was speaking too much. Y'all know my mouth always get me in trouble. That's why I didn't wrote my mouth and wrote a check my ass can't cash right now in the Cardi B situation. But that ain't what I meant. I should have just said that you look like your mama. Y'all built up around the same. So how you saying that biological women are jealous of a trans woman when y'all came from a woman would imply that your mama would be jealous of you. That's what I meant. I'm like, baby, it's too late for that now. Like, you done went and talked about the lady mama. Now I grew up in the 80s, baby. Well, your mama jokes was our shit. We did that all the time. We did mama jokes, but it wasn't about something that was actually going on with your mama. Your mama so big, her belt is the side of the equator, or something like that. But it wasn't directed on actually knowing information about your mama and then using it against you in the mama jokes. It was just mama jokes going back and forth. Now, T.S. Madison then got the little, thing that she done said about her mama now. And then went on there and called her all types of bitches now. I would play the clip. I said I actually should because I'm not monetized, y'all. I'm not monetized. Now here I can play music, cuss, and everything. Because I ain't monetized. I said, I should be getting it in then. But T.S. Madison went on there and called all type of bitches. And then T.S. Madison started talking about her kids. And I'm like, nah, her kids. Calling them football head, with your football head kids. And what she told them, she said that because y'all, I don't know if y'all know Tasha K. Everybody should that's in the YouTube, but Tasha K husband is African. So she gonna say you with your football head ass kids, you need to be worried about them and whether they gonna be over here begging for money for 30 cents a day like the other African kids are. I said, first off, that's just ignorant because you get, and I feel like the joke would have been fair if she didn't say football head kids, because then you're talking about her kids' appearance. You said that the kids would have been is going to be because of the lawsuit and her steady talking and everybody steady taking her to court. You're going to be taking money out your kids' mouth and they're going to be able to feed them, and they're going to be you're going to have to beg for money 32 cents a day to feed an African kid, which is crazy because neither one of the kids are Africans. The daddy are. They both born here, but whatever. So that would have landed more without her saying football head kids. Now, what I feel like once you argue with people, it's kind of hard to tell somebody how to respond. Like you can't punch somebody in the face and then like if they get the shank you up. You can, I mean, like that's too far. I don't know. Me personally, I done said some ignorant stuff in arguments, and I know when I get so mad, I'm gonna talk about. I used to. I used to talk about whatever I felt like was gonna make you like cry, hurt. whether I really believed it or not. But especially, and that's the thing with Tasha and Madison, especially if you're friends with somebody or y'all done talk or y'all to share each other life, what gets under their skin, what bothers them. So whether you believe it or not, you finna go for the gut, okay? You finna say everything. That's why your doggone baby toe cricket, like whatever they insecure about, like with people with me, I'm not insecure about my nose. I love my African nose. Look at it fair. Look at it flare out. But if people with me will be like, oh, your big nose, your gap too, that's why you fat. Like, that ain't no insecurity. That ain't no insecurity. So they go for something. If one of my friends talk to me, they'll go for something like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? That's why you're the black sheep of the family, because nobody like your hair. See, they'll go for something like that is more personal. And then I feel like those two did. But do y'all think it's fair? Put it in the comments. Do y'all think it's fair? Also, don't forget to like to this video and share it out. But do y'all think that's fair? That's in an argument, anything goes? Is it the same as like the Chris Rock and Will Smith? Like he said, your bald-headed ass wife, and so he slapped them. Like, is this like the same thing? Y'all arguing, and then she talk about your mama, so you talk about the kids. Do you think it's all fair? I'm like, I think right now at this point, y'all both went too far. Like, bring it back and start talking about each other. Start calling each other bald head. Y'all could call each other. You couldn't call her fat, even though she like me, TS Madison. She like me. She well, Madison's, she got all them breasts and everything. So, and I don't know. That's when Tasha was friends with her. She say she looked big, but she not actually big. She actually a very petite lady and just got really big boobs. So I said, but y'all could more talk about each other about along those lines. Y'all can always find something to say about each other that's that's gonna be funny. Because I feel like both of them is really known for reading people, right? That's what they both commentary. They both from the internet. They both get down, get dirty, talk about people. That's how they get famous, like reading people down to the ground. Like that's how you got famous. But those two that y'all did when y'all went back and forth, it wasn't really that funny. And I was just like, y'all could have did better. And y'all could have left each other family up out of that. Because y'all funny, they literally is funny enough on their own that they don't need to take it to each other family. I think they funny enough on their own to talk about each other and everybody, and they could go back and forth. They both got the mouth to go back and forth. And if I'm not mistaken, they both from Florida. But they both got the mouth to go back and forth. So yeah, and then with Jess hilarious too. Now Tasha K did do, y'all. Let me see that one, and I was like, now that you should have stayed there. She did make a post, and she put it on. It's on her Instagram, but it's also on her YouTube page. And I'm like, so that you should have kept it there. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up really quick, y'all. See if I can it may be on her community page. But did she delete it? No. I'm gonna share it with y'all. And so it says, I come to you, TS Madison, with all my God-given feminine characteristics and energy, as a woman who fully submits to God and his commandments and creations. I humbly apologize for my tone and how dare I challenge what God has ordained. I'm sorry. T.S. Madison, and please know from this day forth, I'm in full submission of you because I honor God. And God says that women should honor and submit to men. So I submit to you in love. See y'all Wednesdays at 7 p.m. I said that right there, that's more of a read because it's between you and T.S. Madison. It ain't got nothing to do with her mama or nothing like that. Now, you bring her sexuality into it, whatever. If that is all fair when it comes to, let's just say, love and war, to this dragon game, whatever. But I don't know so much about bringing mama and kids and stuff in it. Do you think it's fair when they brought the mama and kids in it? And also, I know transgender women maybe say, "Oh, that's low fruit. Everybody gonna always go for the you a man when it comes to transgender. What else do you have to write about?" But Alicia started back off with just being focused on TS Madison and not her mama. So hopefully TS Madison will respond with just being focused on Tasha K. If she respond at all. At this time, I'm like, it might be over, because Tasha K is good at that. That's one thing Tasha K do good. She know how to trend this doggone internet, get everybody on her channel, then drop it. A lot of other people, they don't know how to drop it because she didn't get what she wanted. Her views is up, her subscribers is up because she funny. She's a funny person. I said I don't agree with all her antics, but she should do a class because she know what she's doing with this YouTube and with this social media and how to make stuff trend. I see she didn't did it with everybody. She went through the list of all the people she didn't get into it with and why she didn't get into it with them. But if you notice, those people will still mention and bring up Tasha K. Tasha do not mention and bring up those people. It got to be something rare. Like this, she took the perfect opportunity because she wasn't trending like that because the only thing people was talking about is what was going on in her bankruptcy court. So she took the perfect opportunity that she was like, oh shit, I never got my leg back for TS Madison. Who into Jess Hilarious, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Come on, girl, tag in. And that's how. And then she went after TS Madison. And then now she just posted right now. You know she's supposed to do Fuckery Friday. She just posted right now, y'all ain't finna do no Fuckery Friday for whatever reason, right? So she probably gonna have if she do something, maybe on her channel and say something else there, and then drop it because she got the new subscribers that she need, and whether it's hate or not, like they said, any media is good media. Now you're gonna have all the transgender or the LGBTQ community. I know I'm messing that up. Put it in there what it should be. Now she gonna have all them steady watching her page for when she go live, and they probably gonna be in a comment because she got a saying anyway. Go ahead, like me and subscribe and like and subscribe because y'all don't like me anyway or something like that she says. But she told me to subscribe so y'all can cuss me out. Go ahead, y'all subscribe so you can see when I go on live so y'all can cuss me out. Like she's gonna have all these people now over on her page waiting for her to go live so that they can jump in her comment and comment about whatever she's saying, even regardless of what she's saying. They're gonna be in there comment about TS Madison and you transphobic and things like that, which ain't gonna do nothing but drive her views up, drive her interactions up. It's gonna put her higher up on the algorithm. She's gonna be popping up for all the searches. She's gonna be trending like she's winning. She's winning. She felt the way to negatively, like whether it's negative or not, that she's gonna benefit up off of it. Like her following grew once she got sued by Cardi. I don't think she had hit that million mark until she got sued by Cardi, or it was either when she got sued by Cardi or when the judgment came back. That's when her stuff went up. So it's like she don't care about the negative press and everything. I look at my brother-in-law. Hey, brother, how you doing? It's been a while since I seen you. But she don't care about nothing. She don't care nothing about that. So y'all go ahead, comment about the Carlee Lee situation and what y'all think should happen. Do y'all think she should get any jail time, community service, probation? Do you think charges should have been filed in the first place? Because there's a lot of Karens who charges haven't been filed. And I know people come on here and be like, why y'all always got to make it about race? Because it's America and it was built on the back of black people and taking advantage. And the systematic racism does exist. And whether you want to admit it or not, there's a difference that's made in Black people in the justice system and other races. So we gonna talk about it, okay? Somebody else. Oh, and also I wanted to do a quick update. I did my video about Brandy Daddy, right? Brandy Daddy got these other kids that he ain't claiming like Matthew knows. So I did the video about it. So somebody was interviewing, and she did an interview with Storm Monroe, and it said part 1. He's supposed to came out with a part 2, but I haven't seen a part 2. So somebody was in the video and they said, oh, well, it doesn't matter what went on. He should have took care of his kids. I personally, like I said, I'll be in my comments, y'all. So if y'all want to comment, I'll be up in there and I'll talk back. Okay. Cause I like to talk, as you can tell. But my commentary was on her interview. And so if she didn't talk about it, then I didn't talk about what she didn't talk about. And I pretty much did say, and if I didn't, I'm saying it now. I thought it would go without saying that any man, woman who brings a baby into this world who doesn't take care of it is a piece of shit. So let me clear that up right now, because I had said in that video, I know her struggle. My first kid, I raised by myself. And that's a hard job, baby, because I ain't have her by myself when I laid down, but I did everything that I need to do to raise her by myself. So I understand that struggle. So you ain't gonna never have me on here not saying somebody who don't take care of their kids or giving them some props or nothing. What I was talking about is that the math wasn't mathing, even though I do believe that he's the father. And then I discussed everything else she discussed in the video. But y'all go ahead. Y'all can watch that video. All of it is on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, Tootie Talk Sis, Instagram, Tootie Talk Sense, Twitter, Tootie Talks, and on my YouTube page, Tootie Talk Sense. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, select all so you can get notifications for when I go live. I'm finna get out of here and finish drinking my Tito's, okay? So cheers to the weekend, y'all. Bye.